Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Joel Frame, and I am the Imperfect Dad.
He's a dad and he's super rad. Sometimes he's good and sometimes he's bad. He's the imperfect dad.
All right, man. Episode 10. This is crazy. I can't believe we made it to episode 10. Let's give us all a big round of applause. I'm super excited. I'm super proud that we've gotten here. Feels good to have made the commitment, followed through with it. We are here, and I am feeling good. A couple weeks ago, I was kind of going through a dark time. I don't know what it was exactly that was causing it, but I seemed to be really depressed, and I'm always a pretty upbeat guy and energetic and outgoing, and there was just a couple weeks where I just didn't feel any of that. And one of the main things that was keeping me down and that I would kind of go to in those like dark times or feeling sad is this is the idea of time and how quickly it goes, particularly with my kids. And so when I would be going through these like low moments, I would think about the future all the time and our girls being adults and getting married and moving and all of these things, and it just started getting me so down because I was like, man, this is just like flying, and I don't know if I'm fully taking advantage of it and fully living in the moment with my children. And so it was just really, really keeping me down. But I started, I was just talking with Tracy a bunch about it. I talked with my mom about it and just started kind of realizing, look, you can spend the rest of your life just waiting for the next moment or wishing for the next moment or whatever it is, or dreading the next moment, instead of appreciating the moment that you're in, you know. um it's so easy to get caught up in thinking ahead of things that we're not wanting to happen or whatever. And we have this beautiful gift right in front of us in the present that we can be thankful for in that moment, and just spend the best time possible with that person or thing or whatever in that moment. And so I started trying to think like that, and it's really been helping, and it's really been kind of picking me up, and I'm not really going to that sad spot anymore, which is good. It feels good. And so we've been doing a bunch of stuff around here too. Just, I don't know. I think just getting antsy because it's cold, and we've had some warm days. The kids have gotten outside some, but still, it's can't get out all the time. And so we've been doing a bunch of stuff inside. We painted the girls' room, and I'm super excited about that. Unfortunately, we left it gray for a really long time, which is the color it was when we moved in. But we painted it this kind of like peach orange, super bright, really cool. The girls love it. We got rid of the loft beds they had in there and put a full bed in there, and now they have more room to play. And so it's been cool to see that. So they're digging it. Got a wedding this weekend. One of my best friends, Matt, is getting married to another one of our really good friends, Jess, and we're really excited for them. And I am one of the groomsmen, so no biggie, but kind of a big deal, but whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, looking forward to that. That's on Saturday. What I'm not looking forward to, my girls are flower girls in the wedding, and I am looking forward to them having that experience and for them being able to do that for Matt and Jess. However, my girls have been flower girls a couple times, and I'm I'm not exaggerating when I say that when they walk down the aisle doing the little flower petals, I turn into uh, just a heaping ball of emotion and tears and snot. It's not pretty. It is not pretty. If my girls are flower girls in a wedding and you are at that wedding, do not look in my direction when my girls are walking down the aisle, because I don't see them walking down the aisle and sprinkling little petals. I see uh, me walking them down the aisle, and it destroys me. And talking about it right now is going to destroy me. So I'm going to move on from that specific thing. But as you can tell, probably at this point, the theme for this episode is really time. And, you know, we get a glimpse into, um, you know, the future and what's, what things are going to be like through things like weddings and stuff. So when I'm seeing that, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, okay, someday I'm going to be doing this, and what's that going to be like? What's that going to feel like? And how is that going to affect me? How is that going to hurt me? How's that going to be difficult for me to deal with? And that's really, to be blunt, a selfish way to look at things, to look at life, to look at those glimpses we get, because, how it's going to affect us. Because instead, I should be asking myself in that moment, will Nellie be prepared? Will Eddie be prepared? Will Georgia be prepared? Will they be strong, independent women? Will they be believers? Will they be, passionate, compassionate, empathetic? You know, and that, my friends, is on me. That is on you. That's on us as parents to be thinking like that. So instead of dreading those moments, we look forward to being able to say in those moments, I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of the woman you've become, or I'm proud of the man that you've become. And we get to celebrate in that. But it starts now and it starts here. We have to prepare that. We have to teach them and love them and hold them accountable and raise the bar, and teach them all about life and all about others and helping others and serving others, and that's on us. So that's how I've also been trying to kind of look, at those scenarios, situations. What am I doing right now to make sure that when that time comes, it's the best case scenario, it's the best thing possible. So yeah, but the last little thing that I wanted to talk about regarding time was, a couple episodes ago, we talked about cliche things that people say. And one of the cliche things that people say that unfortunately is so ridiculously true is that people always say, enjoy it because it pretty soon they'll be grown up, or it flies by, or, insert whatever there. People say that all the time, and it's annoying, but it's so true, unfortunately. And I was reminded of it the other day. Nellie, I've still been doing the thing where I have her help, whenever she asks, and Eddie too. Eddie doesn't ask as much as Nellie does. So, really it just happens with Nellie right now. But, whenever she asks to help, no matter what I'm doing, I always find something that she can help me with. And so one of those things was we did a fire in the backyard, burning, sticks from around the yard and cardboard that we had collected because recycling only goes once a month here. And anyways, I had her help me do the fire and all that stuff. I talked about it last episode, but it was a really sweet time. And so since then, I've done a couple more fires just because it's just fun and it gets us outside, and she loves doing it. And anyways, she kept saying, "Dad, hey this, hey Dad, hey that, Dad," and she just kept saying "Dad" like every 10 to 15 seconds. I felt like it was unbelievable. It was just nonstop forever, and I kept saying, "Honey, you don't have to keep saying Dad. Um, we're in an ongoing conversation. You already have my attention. Just talk, and I'll respond." And so anyway, she's like, "Okay, okay, yeah." And it's just out of habit. So first couple times after I said that, she'd be like, do you think I can ride my bike?" That kind of thing. And she was trying really hard, but then eventually she started saying it again. And I don't know what it was, but it just drove me up the wall. And I said, I stopped and I looked at her and I said, "Nelly, stop saying Dad. You don't have to say Dad, Daddy, Dad, 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 Dad every time you want to say something to me. Just talk. I'll hear you." And she just kind of stood there and she looked at me, and she has this look where it's kind of this, I don't know, or it feels like she's kind of just communicating like, "Okay, okay, that's fine. I'm sorry." This like really, I don't know, sad kind of look. But she did that. She gave me that look, and um, then she was just super distant. I didn't notice it at first, but after a little bit, I kind of thought, "What's Nelly doing?" And she was just playing in the bed of my truck by herself, just kind of talking to herself, pretending. And then she'd be doing something else. And, when I'd walk by her, or "Hey, buddy," or, whatever, she would just kind of give me a little smile. And I thought, "You jerk. Why do you have to say, why do you have to get so angry about your daughter saying Dad, Dad, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy? Because someday I'm going to wish that she was saying Dad, Dad, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. I'm going to wish that she was saying that, and she won't be saying that." Um, and I kick myself, man, when I fall into those moments of just selfishness and convenience, and I don't know, whatever. It was just really weighing on me, and so I apologized to her for it, and she kind of came back to, and then eventually was back to Dad, Dad, Daddy, Daddy. And now, some still annoying sometimes, but I still try and remind myself, "Dude, someday, man, you're going to wish you had this. You're not going to have it." So love it, appreciate it, enjoy it, count your blessings. And that's my encouragement to you all this week, is to count your blessings, enjoy the moment, appreciate being with your children, your spouse, your significant other, whoever, your loved ones. Appreciate that. Don't dread the future. Don't worry about that stuff. Just be thankful for what you have here and right now, because honestly, no one knows how long anybody has. So we need to make sure that we're loving each other well, we're serving each other well, and we are appreciating our time with one another. Um, that concludes this episode. I hope it wasn't too much of a downer. Um, I don't think it was. I mean, sometimes we just got to get real. We got to get down and dirty. And sometimes there's just not real good segues for jokes. You know what I mean? But anyways, be thinking about me this weekend if you can. Say a little prayer for me that I don't just totally fall to pieces at the wedding when Nelly and Eddie come down the aisle sprinkling flower petals. Um, just not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to seeing how cute they are, but not all of that. So, anyways, I love you guys so very much. Please subscribe on the YouTube channel, the Imperfect Dad YouTube channel. Please like this video and share it if you can. Please share it on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I don't care. Just share it if you can. It really helps out. And if you haven't written a review on the iTunes store, if you could just search the Imperfect Dad on the iTunes store and write a quick review and give a little star rating. And that really helps out the podcast as well. So thank you all so much for continuing to listen and continuing to fight this crazy fight that we call parenting. Love you guys. Have a good one. Sayonara. See you in 2 weeks.
He's a dad and he's super rad. Sometimes he's good and sometimes he's bad. He's the imperfect dad.